Celebrating Independence Day of the Republic of Indonesia is not only about remembering the struggles of heroes, but also about needing the ties to national unity and integrity. Harmony in diversity invite us to reflect on and celebrate the diversity that is the richness of our homeland, especially Papua. Let's remember a little about how Papua became a part of Republic Indonesia. Now and forever will always be the Republic of Indonesia. Papua is an Indonesian province at the eastern tip of Indonesia. Historically, the Round Table Conference, or KMB, founded the province of Papua on December 27, 1949. At this conference, there was a debate between the Republic of Indonesia and the Dutch, where the Dutch agreed to give the West Area to the Republic of Indonesia, but the Dutch put conditions. Therefore, there was a very intense conflict between Indonesia and the Netherlands, because both parties felt entitled to the land rights of West Irian, or what we know as Papua. One day, on December 19, 1961, in Yogyakarta, thousands of people gathered together to fill the North Square of the Yogyakarta Palace. Not long afterward, when the enormous roar echoed in every corner of the square, it turned out that this roar appeared to welcome the first president of the Republic of Indonesia, whom we know as Insinyur Soekarno. At 9 in the morning, the president gave a speech aimed at the inspiring enthusiasm among the thousands of people who were in the square. In short, containing the speech was invitations to liberate West Irian from Dutch rule and to raise the flag of the Republic of Indonesia in Papua. But this incident was the initial event that Trikom Rakyat operations, or what we know as Trikora, was born.
Tri Komando Rakyat.
Dengarkan saudara-saudara, komando saya dengan tegas ialah gagalkan, hei seluruh rakyat Indonesia, gagalkan pendirian negara Papua itu. Apa komando saya lagi? Hei seluruh rakyat Indonesia, kibarkan bendera sang merah putih di Papua, di negara di Irian Barat itu. Tegas saya memberi komando ini, gagalkan negara Papua itu, kibarkan bendera sang merah putih di Irian Barat, gagalkan, kibarkan bendera kita, dan siap sedialah akan datangnya mobilisasi umum. Mobilisasi umum yang mengenai seluruh rakyat Indonesia untuk membebaskan Irian Barat sama sekali daripada cengkeraman imperialisme Belanda.
The People's Three Commands, or Trikora, was a military operation carried out by Indonesia to seize the West Irian region from the Dutch. This operation was carried out from the 19 December 1961 to 5 August 1962. These operations was also proof of the seriousness of the Republic of Indonesia in liberating West Irian from the Dutch colonialism. Many things have happened after the Trikora incident. Until now, many generations of Indonesians with their diversity have understood the spirit of nationalism and are aware of praising, maintaining the integrity of the Republic of Indonesia. Like Papua, with its extraordinary natural beauty and cultural riches, is an integral part of Indonesia. From the mountains of Jaya to the beautiful beaches of Raja Ampat, Papua offers unmatched diversity. However, in this diversity, we also face a challenge of maintaining harmony and unity. On 1 December 1963, the Free Papua Organizations, or Papua Merdeka, established itself and has remained in existence ever since. This organization aims to be a separatist movement to fight for Papuan independence from Indonesia. Since OPM was founded, OPM has often carried out deliberate actions as an effort to separate itself from the Republic of Indonesia. With the action they took, because many casualties, the rise of these organizations has given birth to a new group, namely the Armed Criminal Group, or KKB. KKB is a new group that has emerged as a rebel for FPN and other armed groups, especially after the Indonesian government began classifying them as a criminal groups in 2021. There are many criminal cases committed by KKB, which of course damage the stability of the country, especially Papua. As has been widely reported recently, the KKB burned more than 10 buildings and school facilities in Papua. This has caused huge losses for students who are attending school or even teachers who have to lose their jobs because of cases carried out by the KKB. The things that KKB is doing are clearly tarnishing the integrity of the Indonesian state in general and Papua in particular. Maybe we as Indonesia's young generations could not contribute much to eradicating KKB without its complex problem. However, there are several things that we can do as the young generations of Papua to maintain harmony with Indonesian unity, such as we can increase our understanding of the values of Pancasila and respect each other's cultural diversity. We can also take a part and be active in competitions or organizations inside and outside school to foster a sense of nationalism and love for our country. The freedom we enjoy today is the result of a long struggle and full of sacrifice. However, the struggle didn't only stop when the red and white flag flew in the skies of the archipelago. Our current struggle is how we can live together in harmony despite our differences. Papua is a real example of the cultural diversity that exists in Indonesia. The various tribes, language, and customs in Papua are a wealth that we must protect and preserve. Each of these differences is a strength that enriches our national identity. For this reason, we need to prioritize mutual respect and understanding of each other. And finally, let's celebrate this Independence Day with a spirit of unity. Let's make every celebration an opportunity to strengthen our determination to maintain harmony amidst the differences. With this spirit, we will continue to progress towards a more united, just, and prosperous Indonesia. I am Giovanni Junior Palangan, and I am from SMA Negeri 2 Jayapura. I want to say Happy Independence Day and longevity from Republic Indonesia, and glory to Papua and all of Indonesia.